All right. Hey everyone, this is me Rachit and welcome to yet another video. Today I can help you in three ways. Number one, I can help you get job faster. Number two, I can help you get better offers. And number three is a combination of both of them that if I can do one and two, then I can probably help you be more happier. So this is the overall intent. I do not want to cover some particular details about how to prepare or what to prepare or from what resources to prepare. I feel you are smart enough to search on the web and figure out a way for yourselves depending on your current caliber and where you are lacking. You can work on those things. But in this video, I want to share 6 tips actually, which I feel you would realize only by going through the journey. So probably when you give interviews, you fail, you give interviews, you succeed, and then you switch more jobs, and then you also learn about negotiations. So I have around 4 years of experience, and I have, like, when I was leaving Microsoft back in 2018 or 2019, and I made a switch. I gave interviews with around 10 15 different companies, and I used to also post a lot of my interview experiences on YouTube. At that point of time, a lot of subscribers from the community also commented very funny things like, how many interviews are you giving and how are you cracking all of them? But I I feel that I have a lot of things that I can share with you which might be helpful. And before we get with all those 6 points, I also have two things to discuss. First is, like, I won't waste much of your time. The first is, I have launched a new Hindi YouTube channel, Developer Bhaiya, which is like me sharing anything that I feel is relevant for software engineering or life lessons or motivation, but that's dedicated in Hindi. And you can check that channel out. It already has few videos. Like, I think it has 3 videos at the moment. So yeah, check that out. And the second thing is, I want your input in the comments below about whether you feel we should have a Discord community for, like, all our subscribers. We would be there and we'll interact more often. We can plan and prioritize those later, but let me know if you feel it makes sense. For me, I feel that it can be a good idea, and I just want to, I actually want you to tell me in comments if that makes sense. All right. So in today's video, the 6 tips, like, the first tip that I want to share is, and probably this will help you get job faster. And why is that? Because the first point that I want to share is, I do not want, or I suggest you should not fall into the preparation trap zone, which is nothing but, like, if you are not happy at your current job and you want to change, a lot of time goes into making your mindset that, okay, now you have to prepare, now you have to prepare. A lot of months roll by, and you just, like, you are making your mind up like, yeah, okay, I will start now. So you get stuck a lot in that. I have seen a lot of my friends, including few of my roommates who I've lived with, they wanted a change but practically, like, never even started with anything. um so yeah, that's the first thing. Like, never wait a lot to, like, just get started. Be a bit more aggressive in execution. That's the first thing, and this will help you a lot. Also, if you are already in the preparation zone, don't again fall into the trap of staying there. Like, you want your skills to be so damn perfect that you just keep on preparing more and more and more, thinking that eventually within 2 3 months you will start giving interviews and you will crack. And a lot of people have this, like, I would say, a problem mindset, which is nothing but they just want to crack Google or they just want to crack Amazon. They are fixated on one company, which does not make sense, first of all. And that is the second point. Always apply to multiple companies. Why multiple companies? I would prove why this is correct by contradicting it. Why do you want to only apply to one company? Even if you crack it, how's it helping you? Like, you won't be able to negotiate much. If you have counter offers, you can have a stronger card in negotiating and getting a better job, right? And negotiations, like, they happen once, but they have an impact on your finance for the rest of your life, right? If you're earning 10% more right now, imagine how get, like, annual increments, and then at that 10%, like, it will be compounding. So in a, like, carry in a career span, it makes a lot of difference. So always give, like, interviews in multiple companies. Make sure to, that's another skill that you have to master, how you have to timeline that, so that eventually you have multiple offers and then you can negotiate. Because a lot of times what happens is that you do give multiple interviews, but the timeline is so horrible that you get stuck in those deadlines. Another thing that you have to learn over here is you do not show all of your cards. You do not show the Google recruiter that you're also interviewing with Amazon, and this is the timeline. Next third round is scheduled at this date. So I've also made all these mistakes, and that's the overall intent why I'm making this video. So the point is, if you give multiple interviews, only then you will make few mistakes, but you will learn eventually, right? If you do not do these things, how will you learn, right? So that was the second point. Always apply to multiple companies. It's always good. If you're not able to crack Google, if you're able to crack Amazon, that's again good news, right? And if you're able to crack multiple companies, negotiation is another thing that you can probably, like you will be in that situation probably for the first time, but that's how you will get started, and you will try to negotiate, and that's how you will learn how all these things work. As I'm saying, this is not a very detailed video, but this is more of a mindset that I want to share, which I feel would be really impactful in the long run. Awesome. Moving on to the third point, I also want you to record how you introduce yourselves, because how you interact and overall personality, that leaves a bit of impression on the interviewers, right? So how you introduce yourself is very important, and it completely sets the theme of the next 40 to 45 minutes. And not only you should record that, like you can turn on a camera and figure out like how you talk, how you communicate, and how it looks when you listen it back. So make sure that you are fluent and able to introduce yourselves confidently. So practice on that. These are few things which are easy to miss out, and that's why I'm sharing that. The next thing that I also want to share is not just you have to record yourself, but depending on what job you are applying to, you have to read the job description and make sure that how you introduce yourself is aligned to that. For example, I'm a full stack developer, so I have stories based on both backend and front end now. Now, if I'm applying to a job which is having a job description which is more front end based, I would make sure that when I'm introducing them, I share a lot of awesome front end stories that I have in my career, right? So this is very important. And this, I'm sure that when they are interviewing 10 and 20 people, if I do it correctly, I know that I already have an upper edge, because I have a little bit of impression left that I have those stories which they also want in their job, right? So that also helps later on in the debriefs. So that's the next tip that I wanted to share. Moving on to the next one. And yes, I am reading it from my mobile. I don't want to waste your time. So what is the next one? Let me see. So I've shared 4 up to now. The fifth one is prepare for behavior-based rounds. And this is especially important if you're preparing for companies like Amazon, right? And if you have seen past of my videos in which I've shared the Amazon interview experiences, we have talked in detail about what are the kind of behavior questions asked. Like, for example, not just behavior, but it's a very normal for a company to ask you that what is the most challenging work that you have done up to now, especially when you're talking about senior software engineers or SG2s. Such kind of questions make more sense, because if you have 3-4 years of experience, you should have stories in which you were stuck, you did something which was technically very challenging, and how did you process that situation, and what action did you take, and what was the result. All those things become important, and when you will prepare for them, only then you will learn about STAR methodology. So all these things, I'm sure that you are smart enough to use the internet and figure out how to prepare for them. I just wanted to, again, as I'm saying, share the important guidelines which I feel can really change the way you prepare, and hence can change the overall results, right? Awesome. The next and the final tip that I want to say is, like, be really active on LinkedIn. If it's good, it's good. It's actually good that you have a strong community, strong network connection on LinkedIn. And why is that? Because this will be beneficial to you in a lot of ways. For example, I have a lot of my close friends, when they get jobs, they ask me that whether I have some connection who I can connect them with, so that they can talk a bit more about the salary numbers and the overall culture of that particular organization. In my case, I use LinkedIn, and I have a lot of following over there. I have a lot of active connections over there, and I'm really active on LinkedIn. I've made sure that I'm also useful to the community, and when it's time for me to take things back, take their help back, I do that as well. So I try to help my friends in the sense that I try to connect them with the right people, and that happens because I go to LinkedIn, I go to the search option, and I will share my screen and actually show you as I'm speaking of that. So let me share my Google Chrome window. And over here, if you will go to search and simply press enter, don't type anything, simply press enter. See what happens now. All right. So now you get into this filter kind of area in which you can select that you're interested in people. And like, let's say I want to search where their current company is, for example, let's say Microsoft. So I can say show results. And then I have this list of my connections, and I can say connections as first, so that I have a greater probability of them replying back when I ask them something. And now I can select, like, okay, I have a bunch of people. I have a lot, actually, 80 pages of, my 785 of my connections are actually at Microsoft. So now it becomes easy for me to, talk to someone and figure out, like, what is the team that I'm going to join, what is the organization, what is the culture over there, like, what is the work life balance, what are the benefits, right? So in that way it helps a lot. The reason that I'm trying to share this is because you can always try to do this. You can simply see in your connection list, because this really becomes a problem, like, how do you reach out, where do you reach out, why would people reply back to you? But when they are like your first connections itself, probably the probability of getting a reply back increases. Also, feel free to like send SMS to, or send a message to 5 or 10 people over here, so that someone would eventually reply back, and you can figure out a bit more, like, you can get more information about the new job that you're going to get. So I hope these 6 tips help you in, or motivate you in preparing better and shape your overall career in a better way. I hope this interview preparing journey is a bit more streamlined after watching this video. If you have more tips, feel free to, share that in the comment section below. And again, as I'm saying, like, make sure to subscribe to the new Hindi channel, Developer Bhaiya. Let me know what are your thoughts on the Discord community. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye bye and happy coding. Stay happy, guys. Bye.